Novak Djokovic was quizzed once again on the future of ATP chief Chris Kermode on Saturday afternoon, with the world no one responding directly to comments from Rafael Nadal's coach Carlos Moya. The Serb booked his spot in the fourth round of the Australian Open with a win over Denis Shapovalov, but focus soon turned away from the match to discuss Moya's remarks. Moya, head coach of Djokovic's great rival, Nadal, came out in support of Kermode and questioned Djokovic's motivations for wanting him to be removed from his position with the ATP doing well financially. "There's no reason for change, no doubt about that," said Moya. "He's doing juicy numbers and figures, financially. Djokovic, he must have his own reasons." Stan Wawrinka had also expressed his concerns, criticizing the council and singling out Djokovic. Djokovic is thought to be part of a largely North American contingent within the Player Council who are against Kermode continuing in his role beyond the end of 2019, but the Serb blasted a leak within the council and suggested there is an agenda against him. Asked to clarify his position after Moya's comments, he replied, "First of all, exactly to your point, I don't know why people keep on talking about me as being against Chris. Who said that that was the truth? One of my greatest concerns right now, of every council member, is that we have leaking information from someone within the council in the last couple months. Many of those things that have been leaked to certain media are also not 100% true. It's obvious that there is a certain kind of one-dimensional agenda in place. Players and certain medias are served with quite a one-sided story. Djokovic is frustrated by the propaganda surrounding the situation and insists there is no rush on any decision. We all have to understand the complexity and how sophisticated the body of ATP is," he added. "Our job as a council members is to liaise with as many possible players as we can. As I was mentioning before, the process of renewal of Chris' contract doesn't depend only on the players, it also determines on the tournament board representatives. It's going to be voted on the board by both tournaments and players. From our side, we're going to do everything we can to speak to as many players as we possibly can during the Grand Slam, which is tough specifically for me and also the other players, but during the next couple months. We have time. Where is the rush? I don't understand why there is a certain kind of agenda or propaganda in the media against me or the council members. Why do we have to rush with everything?" Djokovic did not precisely confirm his position on Kermode's future and continued to point to the complex nature of proceedings. "It's a very complex process," he continued. "We have to consider many different details, many different things before we make any kind of call or express our opinions or vote finally whether we want Chris to stay or whether we want someone else to come in. It's not as simple as it has been presented in the media in the previous period. As I said, it's quite one-dimensional. If we can simplify that as it has been presented in media, it would be great, but it's not like that. It's far from that. All the stats and all the requirements and all the numbers, everything that some of you guys have been talking about, posting about, ATP is 50% players, 50% tournaments. Those numbers cannot be observed one-dimensionally. You have to understand the whole process of how you got there, before Chris got there, before the president before him got there, who was participating in negotiations or talks with Grand Slams, whatever it is that we're talking about. It's far more complex than people think about." Responding directly to Wawrinka and Moya, he finished, "I saw Stan's statement, as well. I respect him. We have a great friendly relationship. I respect his opinion, anybody else's opinion. Carlos Moya's as well, of course. But at the same time I encourage them and anybody else who has an interest to approach me, approach all the council members if they need more information, as we will do the same to them in the next period. But where is the rush?